Jesus is the ultimate incompetent boss's son. His dad spends 3.8 billion years, 6 days, building the company up from scratch, and then Jesus comes along to basically just lord it over everyone. And he never lets you forget that he's the boss's son, even insisting on being called the Son of God. And he pretends that he's your friend and so compassionate, while all the time reminding you of the power that he wields, saying things like, love thy neighbour, be kind to one another, now do as I say or I'll send you to hell. Just kidding. Well, not really. He starts a gang and won't go anywhere without them. He spends most of his life just wandering around doing nothing well into his 30s. When you can no longer be called a hippie, you are just unemployed. He throws lavish parties where he shows off by turning water into wine and walking on water. He gets involved with a prostitute and then he dies in some weird ritualistic way that makes the front headlines and is such a huge scandal that it's still being talked about 2,000 years later. And after all of this, the only thing that he seems to have done for the company is to introduce the concept of going to hell if you don't do what he wants. Which seems like an insane overreaction to employee mistakes. And he even messes this up by going and dying for our sins. Which means we can now all sin as much as we want with absolutely no fear of retribution. Making the entire hell project redundant and a complete waste of company time and money. And he doesn't even stick around to help clean up this mess. Instead he suddenly appears after taking an unauthorized 3-day weekend. Says oops and then heads up to heaven to go back to live with his dad. No wonder God decided to add in the bunny that farts chocolate eggs, because Jesus, what a loser.